Welcome back to Highly Questionable, brought to you by Evan Williams. Joining us in the kitchen today is Mike Tyson.
The former world heavyweight champion, always interesting. He's got a new book out, Undisputed Truth. It's out right now. It talks about his path in life. Let's ask him about it. Mike, you've led a hugely interesting life. Why did you decide to write about it in the book?
Well, they wanted me to write a book for a long period of time, and eventually someone was going to write the book anyway, so I decided I might as well say it in my own words.
Was there any story in there that was hard for you to tell?
Yes, when I was a young kid and about my daughter that passed away. Other than that, everything was smooth breathing, I think.
So when you told the story, for example, about being in Miami and kicking Don King in the head and having a brick of cocaine, that seems crazy to me.
Well, that's what it was.
Can you describe, Mike, what your cocaine addiction was like?
No, you can read about it in the book, though.
Is there anything that was embarrassing to you, or is it something
yeah,
that you
pretty
embrace?
much a great deal of the book was, but that was the book. He wanted the truth. I gave him the truth.
What would you describe as the happiest time in your life, Mike?
I don't remember.
Do you feel like, looking back on your boxing career and how it affected your life, you were the heavyweight champion of the world at the age of 20 years old. Did you feel like, looking back on it, that made your life better or not?
Well, you know, it has ups and down points on the situation. I was a young kid, and I was just out of my league as far as the people coming at me, the attention. It was far more than what I anticipated.
Are you happy that you wrote the book, Mike?
Yeah, I'm very happy I wrote the book.
Because we see you in a very vulnerable light. You're unusual that way. You're unusual in your ability to let people see everything.
Well, I live my life in the public. Everyone pretty much knows my life. I'm not really transparent, you know. People knew my life before I became fighting, so they would be able to say, well, Mike didn't do that, or Mike did do that. So, you know, there's always someone to come out of the woodworks to say he didn't do that. So I realized that I should put everything on the table.
You reveal in the book that you had 20 girlfriends at one time, 20 at one time?
Well, I didn't count them, but it was around that many, yeah. I had a bunch of girlfriends. It's not necessarily, I didn't say, well, this is my 19th and this is my 12th. It was a lot of girls. I just figuratively used that for words.
Did an inmate ever try Mike Tyson in prison?
No, fortunately that never happened.
What would you describe your first night in prison like?
Hey, it wasn't as worse as I thought it would be.
Oh, what did you imagine it would be?
Just not what I thought it would be.
You got super educated in prison, did you not? I mean, you.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know about educated. I didn't get educated in prison. I just I was in prison and I read a few books. I didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize or anything, you know.
Would you say you're more comfortable in your own skin now than you were when you were heavyweight champion?
Of course I am. I don't have the pressure that I did when I was heavyweight champ, but I have my days like everyone else.
You feel relief, though? Do you feel relief later in life to be unburdened from that?
Pretty much so, yes.
Do you ever worry that you're being used for how open you can be about the things you've done in your life?
I don't know. You're the one to doing the interview. You tell me.
That's what I'm asking, because that's kind of a dilemma sometimes with dealing with somebody, is how much is asking and how much is using.
I don't know. Everyone knows me. Like I said before, I'm pretty transparent and stuff, so I figure everyone see who I am anyway. I don't look at the world as if I'm a block wall and no one can see through me.
But it feels like this particular process, this feels a little bit uncomfortable, and that we're poking at you for book sales, and that we're poking and poking, asking you questions.
I don't think you're poking at me. Do you feel that you're poking at me?
No, well, a little bit. I feel like this whole process is not something, you've done it for so long that it's something that's less than enjoyable to you. The idea that we would sit here and in order to sell the book, we continue to ask you questions that you may or may not want to answer.
I don't know. I'm answering you everything you tell me. Everything you say, I'm answering them. I'm not avoiding any of your questions. Do you figure that I'm avoiding anything, sir?
No, not at all. But I'm not sure that you're enjoying it either.
I've been working all day for 3 or 4 days. I'm really tired, and if I'm offending you, I'm sorry. I'm just really exhausted. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Did you enjoy being on stage for the one-man show?
Yeah, that's what I live to do, to entertain people.
Mike, you happy now? You happy? Happier?
Well, I'm cool. You know, I'm not no perpetual happy guy. I'm not happy 24 hours a day, every second of the moment. I'm happy, hee hee ha ha. But I'm cool. You know.
You look like you're always happy on the Jimmy Kimmel show. You always look happy there.
Really, I'm having a good time on there.
Mike, thank you for being on with us. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.